If you are neutral in situations of injustice, then you are promoting opposition. And there's another saying that we have and we're all familiar with: for evil to overcome is for good people to do nothing. So both of those sayings have a lot in common about our personal integrity. And yes, it's not easy to make a stand. People don't like it. And you know what? Sometimes we speak up to prevent others from getting hurt or scammed. And unfortunately, in the United States, women of a certain age, and I'm sure men too, but it seems like the majority that I hear are from women that have been told pretty words with no action and have lost thousands and thousands of dollars. So please, as a public service announcement, I'm asking all of you to do some fact-checking on people and their intentions. We all want to help people, and many of us have in lots of different ways. But we make sure there is transparency in all things and that the right person benefits, not someone else. So yes, a lot of times I'm not popular because I tend to call people out, because I have seen so much bad go on, and I have been a trusting person. I have become a person that has been preyed upon. So I can relate to that, and I have empathy. And I know there are people that honestly and truly want to be the difference in other people's lives. But there are others, as what we used to call a wolf in sheep's clothing. So please, y'all, let us use our discernment, and we understand that we are in a strange new normal. And I always say, I want to make a better new normal. And y'all know that. And that's why I keep plugging away, even though it's tough, for the Wild Ark Studio and Animal Sanctuary, for good-hearted people to gather and feel better and get our wounds healed, because many of us are emotionally wounded by being victims of abuse, manipulation, what they call gaslighting, and it's very hurtful and painful. And honey, Miss Debbie gonna write books someday, and y'all gonna hear and y'all gonna say, I understand Miss Debbie now, and why she talks in the third person. But I want every one of you to be safe. Everybody wants to feel loved. It's human nature. But unfortunately, there are those that take advantage of people with good hearts. I know. I've been one of them. But I have reached people that are deserving of good help. And I'm very proud of that. And more importantly, my Maker up there, he sees what's going on in my heart and what my actions have done to help others. And that's all I want to do in the sunset of my life. There's no hidden agenda here at my age, y'all. This is it. I'm looking to leave something good behind for people that have been hurt and abused by others, either financially, emotionally, physically, you name it. And I taught my children to have this kind of empathy too. And just God bless y'all, and be careful of who you trust. Not everything that shines is gold, y'all. Just ask Miss Debbie, I've seen the fool's gold, and I've learned a lesson. God bless you.
I am about to eat this up. You know what? Yesterday I made the video, okay? Yesterday I dropped the video exposing Debbie, okay, for pretty much recruiting Ruben to be on the show with her, even though they had no history and no love interest whatsoever, and pretty much her, convincing him, begging him to be on the show with her, or at least to help her find someone to be on the show with her. And it's funny because, she was the one that came out to call him, Ruben, scammer. But this video right here is not just about Ruben. This video is also about Riley. Riley, somebody that was not even involved when it comes to Debbie and Ruben's situation. Because this is what happened originally. Originally, Debbie came out and she accused Ruben of being a scammer. Why did she accuse him of being a scammer? Well, this is why. Because you see, Ruben has a GoFundMe account. And on his GoFundMe account, originally, it was a target of 100K. And because originally it was a target of 100K, Debbie decided to come out and out him and say, hey, Ruben is nothing but a scammer. And not only did she try and out him, but then she outed him on Riley's post. Riley made an innocent post, literally making a joke about the tell-all. Had nothing to do with Debbie, nothing to do with Ruben, literally just made a general joke about the tell-all. But Debbie decided to bring her drama into his post, okay? Talking about how Ruben was a scammer. And because of that, Riley then decided to respond to Debbie saying, hey, I don't appreciate you bringing your drama to my page. I want to be neutral, so please leave me out of it. Now, I did make a video about that as well. That is literally the video I made yesterday regarding Debbie being a scam. And I did make another one previously. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I recommend you go and check it out. But Ruben then decided to change his 100K to 10K. Okay, because, well, I'm not going to say it's necessarily because Debbie came out to say that he was a scammer, but this is what happens. But I want you to remember something. Ruben was asking for 100K, which of course is a ridiculous amount of money. Okay, and to be honest with you, I've said this before, generally speaking, no one should ever give money to anybody that goes on these TV shows. These people go on these TV shows by choice, and they also get paid to be on these TV shows. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so really and truly, when they make all these GoFundMe accounts, in my opinion, they are pretty much scamming the audience, because they think just because they're now on TV, it must mean, hey, I'm going to ask you to give me money because I'm a celebrity, when in reality, they're not. You see what I'm saying? But here's the thing though, I'm just warming up. Because you see, Debbie spent a whole lot of time in this video here talking about, referencing to people being scammers, referencing to people not being good people, talking about how the Lord himself, obviously praises her because she's just a great human being, and she's at an age in her life of bloody-daddy-daddy-da. Well, here's the thing though. Okay, if that was the case, then why the hell did she even recruit Ruben in the first place? Again, check out that video to know exactly what I'm talking about, because that would pretty much backfire anything that she just said about herself in this video. But hey, let's stick on the scamming thing though. I've showed you Ruben's page, and I also told you about the whole Riley thing. But hey, now let's talk about Debbie. Debbie spoke about this sanctuary thing. And this whole wild sanctuary thing is something that she has been talking about since the moment that we saw her on screen. Well, here's the thing. When we go to her page of the Wild Ark Studio and Animal Sanctuary, well, obviously she gives us a long-ass freaking description about what it's all about. Do you know what she does in the end? You see here where he says, we appreciate your donations to help realize this needed art, experience, and animal sanctuary for all to have a better quality of life, promoting peace through creativity and animals. It's crazy because Ruben made a GoFundMe account, okay, based on obviously trying to help friends and family, XYZ, okay. But meanwhile, she's got a whole page here where she's asking for 500 freaking K, $500,000. How can she come out and accuse somebody else for being a scammer for asking them 100K? Which, listen, don't get me wrong. To some degree, I do agree that 100K is there. Oh no, I completely agree that 100K is ludicrous, and I also do agree it definitely does give off those scamming vibes. But like I said before, no one really and truly should be paying any of these people who ask for a GoFundMe account, because really and truly, why the hell are you giving your hard work money to people who don't actually need it? They claim they need it just because they're on TV. They claim they need it because they've got a sob story. But do they really need it? Think about it. If you're working hard for your money, please keep your money to yourself, and only give it to people that you genuinely believe that deserve it. Like, in my opinion, people that don't necessarily ask for it, or people that just you just think, you know what, I like what you did today, so I'm going to give you like a quick little $5, $1, whatever it could be, £1, £2, £3, whatever. You see what I'm saying, okay? But either way, though, this £500, this $500, 500, my apologies, half a million she's asking for here, but yet she has the audacity to call out Ruben and say that he's this and he's that. Now, I'm not saying he's not this and that, but the matter of the fact is, though, she's one hell of a freaking hypocrite. And to be honest with you, the more and more I listen to her speak in her little speech here, it felt as if she wasn't speaking from experience based on how people have treated her. It felt like she was speaking from experience of how she's treated people. The way she was talking about, as a woman of my age, of course, we're used to having people who are younger come and take advantage of us. Hold on a minute. People forget this, though. When she met Osama, I believe at the time was probably, I think it was about 19, because I remember on the timeline, Osama on the show, I think at the time was 23, I believe. And I think they had known each other for about 3 or 4 years prior, which then clocked into the fact that Osama was even 19 or 20 at the time when she originally started talking to him. And she wants to talk about how people her age can get groomed or whatever. Groomed obviously wasn't the word that she used, so don't quote me in that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm not saying that people at her age don't get used for money. It is definitely a thing. But listen, I'm going to call the BS on what she's saying, because really and truly, when it came to the situation of her and Osama now, if anything, I wouldn't be surprised if she was the one that used him more than he used her. And to be fair, look at it this way. She can try and say all these things about herself, but after the season finished with her and Osama, who's the one that came back to 90 Day Fiancé after their season? And not only who the person came back, but how did they come back? She's the one that came back to the show, and she also came back to the show in what way? By recruiting someone to be on the show with her. And now I do wonder, in this season, there was a point when they referenced that apparently that she was still giving money to Osama's family. Now, for me personally, I don't even believe that was even true. I reckon that was just a part of the story and that was just thrown in there. Because in case you don't know, when it comes to TLC now, and it comes to the contracts that they give certain people have an NDA to keep their mouth shut. So really and truly, that means they have a leeway to tell people to say whatever the hell they want them to say. So to be honest with you, Osama wouldn't even be able to defend himself to even say whether or not it's true that Debbie is actually sending money to his family or not. You see what I'm saying? End of the day, I've now caught this woman up in too many freaking lies. She's a massive freaking hypocrite. So therefore, how the hell am I going to believe that she's even giving money to Osama's family? And also on top of that, how are you giving money to Osama's family, but then at the same time, you're not asking people to give you 500K? Make it make sense. But hey, it is what it is. Nonetheless, though, let's also read what it says up here. Right up here above my head in the description, it says, if you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. This is her pretty much coming at Riley, a man that literally had nothing to do with anything that these two had going on. She's literally dragged somebody else into her business. And she talks about, as a woman of my age, well, as a woman your age, you would know not to drag other people into your shares. In fact, a woman your age would know to keep things behind closed doors. But no, you want to come out on platforms and talk the most. And also, as a woman of your age, you should know that lying is never a good thing. And when I say lying, I'm talking about the fact that you knocked off 10 years off your profile, calling yourself 57 when you're 67, well, probably 68 now. But you want to talk about you being a pure of heart, you're such a great person, but yet you lie and you lie and you lie. Hypocrite. Tell me otherwise. But we continue. Desmond Tutu, for evil to overcome is for good people to do nothing. You know what's so funny about that? Usually people that use quotes or even scripts from the Bible or anything like that, usually those are the people, the ones that are actually out here to manipulate others for the most part. But look at it this way, right? Me, myself in particular, I am a menace, but I won't say I'm not a menace to people, you know what I mean? I definitely love winding people up. Yeah, I do. But generally speaking, under all of that, I'm generally a nice person, right? But you will never hear me come out here and say, hey guys, guess what? I'm a nice person. I'm a great person. In fact, the Lord himself graces me every day and wakes me up every day because I'm an amazing person. You're never going to hear me come out here and read a script from the Bible or read a script somewhere and say, hey, they shall say da-da-da-da-da, just to prove that I'm a great person or just to prove that this person's a bad person. No. Because good people or genuine people, do you know what? Let's remove the word good people. Genuine people, shall I say, to be fair with you, okay? Generally don't try and prove themselves to others. I will never try and prove that I'm a good or I'm a bad person to anybody. The fact that she's out here trying to prove things It's bizarre to me. But hey, I guess this is what happens when you become a reality TV celebrity. For the people that saw my previous video, you know what I'm talking about when I say the reality TV celebrity. But with that being said, though, subscribe for facts and encouragement in times where we trust, where to trust is dangerous to people with good intentions. Again, why? It sounds to me as if she's trying to save her own character more than anything else. You know, I'm trying to save face. End of the day, in my humble opinion, anyone that decides to donate money to any cast member, you're a freaking moron. You should not be giving money to anyone that makes a freaking GoFundMe account. Because look at it this way, I said this before and I say it again. If you made a GoFundMe account, who's going to donate to you? Would she donate to you? Would any of these customers donate to you? You know, there's a big difference between people who ask for money and people that receive money. For example, and this isn't me trying to be cheeky, but this is me just giving an example, okay? There's a difference with, if I made a GoFundMe, there's a big difference with me making a GoFundMe account and you guys giving me money because obviously I've made it because I'm asking you, compared to me going on a live stream and you guys choosing to send me a super chat or a super sticker. Okay, or choosing to go in the comments and send me a super thanks because I'm not actually asking you for it. You're choosing to say, hey, you know what? I like this guy. I like his content. You know what? I'm going to give him a super sticker. I'm going to give him a super comment. I'm going to give him a super thanks because you're choosing to. That's happy days, right? But when somebody's asking, yeah, the way I look at it is this: unless you give me money away to charity, your money's yours. But anyway, I'll leave that there because obviously, you know, that can be subjective depending on the situation and the people. So blah blah blah. Who am I to tell people to do their money? Either way, though, with that being said, I'm done. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.